Honestly, April Fool's Day, back in 2013, my daughter, I watched her get run over by the mailman, and it was the scariest thing that I've ever witnessed. I was home from work. She was 5 years old. Her and my daughter were both off school, as well as my godson. They were riding scooters in the front yard. I was on the phone actually with my wife, and our mail lady handed out candy to all the kids. Every time they came around, I was watching through the window, and the mail lady was on the other side of the street. We lived in a regular suburban subdivision at the time, and my daughter was asking about candy on our side of the street, and she's like, "Yes, yes, I'll get it when I come around." And all of a sudden, the mail lady looked down at the mail for the next stop and hit the gas. And at that same moment, my daughter ran across the street right in front of the mail truck, and I watched her go underneath it. And the tires went up and over her pelvis, and ended up breaking her pelvis. And called an ambulance, and it was a life-changing moment. It was one of those moments that you know I was making the most I had ever made at the time. Our daycare was really successful. I was making six figures. I was traveling 3 weeks a month. I was gone all the time, and I thought that's what you do in this world. You keep traveling, you keep working up, and someday I'll be a vice president or a president or whatever it may be, and that's how you get ahead in life. And that day, God said, "You're going down the wrong path, and I got a different plan for you." And 2 weeks later, I put in my notice at Sears. I was a district manager, and I bought a lawn business and started cutting grass for $500 a week, and grew that to a six-figure lawn business within 2 years. But that was the defining moment right there. On a side note, my daughter has made a 100% full recovery. She played, did cheerleading, played softball. She's sophomore in high school, and doing fantastic. But it definitely was the defining moment of our family. After that, I coached both their softball teams. I never missed a cheerleading tournament, because when I was traveling, I was missing out. They were 5-8, and I missed out on a lot of stuff when they were young. So after that, I never missed another game, never missed another practice, and Yep. And I almost went into real estate at that time, but I knew, being a real estate agent, growing a real estate business, it was going to take me evenings, weekends, being away from my family again. So I was like, you know what? Doing a lawn business, I can set my own hours. I can get as much grass as I want to cut, do whatever landscape jobs I want to be done. I could be done at 3 o'clock to pick them up from school. They went to a private school, so I could make sure I was done on time to be able to pick them up and be able to do what I wanted to do with them. And did that until, like I said, until my daughter hung up her softball cleats a couple years ago, and then I knew it was go time. It was time to go to that next step.